there, how you doing today? My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do your daily energy check-in. This one right here will be for my Geminis, Cancers, Leos, and Virgos, and this one is going to be for September 21st, which is Sunday. And this one's late. Yeah, it is. I have issues sometimes too, and when I do, I go to sleep, so I'm going to work on it. Okay, this one's going to be for Gemini. That's who we're on. Okay, Gemini, what you got today? What are you looking at? 9 of Wands. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. Alrighty. Okay, what are we doing here? So there's been some, okay, reciprocity in the center. There's some sort of a lack of reciprocity, or you've been breadcrumbed. Breadcrumbed in a situation. I will say intuitively, I don't feel like this is something that's happening currently. I do feel like there's a lot of wounding because of this happening, and I think it's happened in the past, unfortunately. And I don't think you've managed to find the other side of that yet. Meaning that you had the realization, you've been through the hurt, but you haven't managed to get to the other side of that river or lake, right? Where you get all better. Still maneuvering across the lake or river, it looks like. This deeply wounded you, so you are still feeling wounded. On the other side, I have the 8 of Pentacles. I think this can be seen 2 ways. I think in one way, yes, you were totally invested in whatever it was that wounded you. On the other hand, I think, because you're Gemini, we got 2 sides, right? I think you're totally invested in your healing process. So you're working on it. Today, it may not feel like you've made as many steps forward as you thought you had or something. You know, you're discouraged by your progress. But realize any progress is progress, and you have still made it a significant amount of the way towards healing. That's what this feels like. It feels like today you're reviewing it all and feeling like you haven't gotten far enough. But I assure you, you have. And I assure you it hasn't been easy. That's how this looks today. So be kind to yourself. Because I said so. No, because I'm wearing a green dress. I don't know. Be kind to yourself. That's what it is. Yeah. You're going to get there. I feel it. You're going to get there. But it does look like today you're a little bit disappointed in your progress or something. Okay? All right, on to Cancer. What do we got for my Cancerians? Oh, that was a hell of a shuffle. We'll take it. We'll try again. For Cancer. There we go. That was better. Okay, get in there. There we go. This one's for Cancer. Cancer. Okay. I've got 7 of Wands, Judgment, and the Star. Okay, Cancer, so you're focused on judgment, and I do feel like this is judgment that was called on you because it's left you feeling very defensive. However, still feeling incredibly hopeful. So this is like, is this judgment called on you? It feels like somebody's called judgment on you. I don't know that this happened today, though. I don't know if you are reflecting on something that's happened in the past. I feel like the defensiveness is coming from the fact, maybe it almost feels like judgment was called on you, but now nobody's getting past it. So it's like judgment was called on you and you feel like you're just staying in this judgment phase, right? There's supposed to be another side to it, right? You're supposed to have judgment called and then you move forward with acceptance or forgiveness or something. It feels like you're stuck just short of that part of this situation. 7 of Wands would be, that's why you're so defensive. With the Star card on the other side, though, you still have this well of optimism. You know things are going to get better. You're just not quite there yet, or you just haven't gotten to where you need to be yet. It does feel like this, for some reason, has been a longer process than maybe it should have, or... Your energy today feels defensive, but hopeful. I mean, there's a lot of emotion in the Judgment card. I mean, you know it's going to get better, but it's just not there yet. You're trying to bide your time, I guess you could say. You're biding your time to get to the other side of this. It does feel like you're starting to get kind of tired, though. This has taken, like I said, longer to get through than you had anticipated or something. But you're hopeful and you're still pushing through. You're defensive. The energy's not bad. It's not the greatest I've ever seen, but it's definitely not bad. It's just you're holding on to hope. I guess that's what you got to do in that situation, I think. I think that's good to go. There we go. Next one up, we got Leo. Let's see. Leo, what do you got today, Leo? Where are my Leos? Okay. Leo. We got Leo, Leo, Leo. Alrighty. We get 2 of Swords, 5 of Cups, and the Death card. Okay, Leo. 5 of Cups. You're in a state of loss and regret for some reason. So you're dealing with a sense of loss and regret over a decision that needs to be made about a transformation. So there's a transformation that needs to take place here. Something needs to basically die out so something can be reborn or something new can be brought in. There are endings and beginnings happening here, and you're having a very hard time with that. There's something here about you, I don't know, even though you're not happy where you're at, you don't know that you want to go through the changes that are involved in getting you to where you want to be, kind of thing. Today feels like the day, today, if I was to give today a word or a phrase, it would be, oh, poor me. That's the kind of day today feels like. And I'm not saying that to be a slam. I'm saying it with all the love in the world, and we all have days like that, okay? But today is like, why do I have to go through this? Why do I have to do that? It's that kind of day. So if you can, try to shake that off, because I've already let you know that's how it's going to be, so try to avoid that maybe. But at any rate, there's just some final decision you have to make this whole process go forward. I don't know if you're dreading the next part of the next step in this process, maybe. But you know you have to go through this process to get to where you want to be. I mean, there's something that you want, Leo. I mean, I can tell. And you're holding everything up right now, either because you don't want to go through the next step in this process. Maybe that's a negative one to get to the positive or something. I don't know. But you're dreading this next step or something. So you are just instead staying in this, oh, poor me kind of a... Shake it off, Leo. Come on. Let's move forward. We got to move forward. I mean, you're just staying stagnant right now, it looks like. For no real reason. Maybe to be dramatic a little bit. I don't know. It's quite obvious you're not happy where you're at, and it's quite obvious you figured out where it is you want to go. So to not get on the ball and get there seems, get on the bicycle and ride onto where you need to be, I think. But today feels like a day of, I guess, reflecting. It is a day filled with some kind of sadness, but you're only in this day this way because you're keeping yourself there. So only one that can change it's you, Leo. So you got to change it, okay? You don't have to, but you should. Okay, now we're up to Virgo. Last one. Okay, Virgo. Okay, come on. Virgo. Here we go. My Virgoians, that's how they said it. Virgo. Virgo's got King of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Queen of Cups. Wow. Well, here we go. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. I had never seen the Sun in this deck before. The Sun definitely has a baby in this deck, so I don't know if that's what that signifies for you, but it is definitely right there. I got the King of Pentacles on one side. I do believe that's how you're presenting right now. You're in boss energy, for sure. You're making decisions about your life. The Sun could mean that you're feeling as though the path forward has been illuminated to you and you know what direction you want to take to get to the rest of your life. There is a Queen of Cups on the other side, and I can't help it. This feels like this is somebody's divine counterpart. So like it or not, it would seem to me that you have come in contact with your divine counterpart. I mean, the Sun could just be the fact that you are similar to the Empress, you know what I'm saying, that you're giving birth to a new situation between the two of you, or that you are taking it to the next level. Maybe just accepting the fact that this is what it is, you know, that this is somebody that's going to be your divine counterpart. There's something along that line. Today definitely seems like a day, it's a very happy day. It seems like it's an upbeat day, but it seems like it's a day that has a lot of realizations to it. They're all positive, but they're realizations nonetheless. Okay? It's a positive. It feels like a good day. All right, that was for Virgo. That's what I have for you for. No matter what the cards say, go out and make it the best day you possibly can. You made it this far in the video. If you don't mind, can you hit the like, share, follow, comment, all of them, one of them, any of them. That all helps me a bunch, and I appreciate you greatly for it. If you need a private reading, just send me a message. I'll get you the details. We'll work it out. That's the only way it works. I'm never going to reach out to you first. I don't have a backup account. I only do readings FaceTime now, really, because of this camera issue. So you know you're getting me. It's like, ta-da, I'm right here. So that's the only way this happens. So if somebody's sending you something typed out, pre-recorded, that's not me. Okay, it's not, period. I have a few people I do that for because I did it for them in the past, but that's it. I don't do it for anybody new like that. Okay, thank you. Take care.